everyone, we're here with Pat Roseland at the Wilson Park Festival.
We are supported by the Rapid City Arts Council, the Rapid City Subsidy for the Arts, Arts Midwest through the NEA, and also South Dakota Arts Council. Just say thank you to Backroom Productions.
So, Pat, what got your interest going on collecting all things Rapid City?
It's hard to believe that I started collecting 35 years ago and not realizing I was collecting it.
Okay.
I just bought this Rapid City, this map Rapid City, bought a piece of art that I liked that pertained to the hills. Right, it's a piece that had a painting of Custer and Sitting Bull, and Custer looked kind of snotty and snot-nosed kid. Sitting Bull looked really in command.
Yeah.
And very knowledgeable of what he was there for. And from then on, I just started buying this and buying that, but it had to say Rapid City on it, no matter what it is. If I knew it was from Rapid City but didn't say Rapid City, I didn't buy it. And so basically, right now I got a collection of probably 400 or 500 pieces of just Rapid City commercial collectibles, things that businesses gave away, tongs, keychains, anything that would pass their business off as advertising. And so I have probably like 400 or 500 pieces of that.
That's not really filming very well, but you can see some of it. Here's something that's almost antique in itself. It's ashtrays from bars. And Canyon Lake Club. I don't know if you can see this guy's Western Bar. A motel, the Westward Ho. All familiar names here.
And photographs of Rapid City and the business area, books. I collect all kinds of books on Rapid City and the Black Hills area, just more or less for research, if nothing else. They sit back in my library, and people say, well, when are you going to read those books? I do read them, but I don't sit and read them. I use them for research.
Wow.
And so I probably have about 100 books of those books.
So how much room does that take up, like in your house? How many?
I got, in my basement, there was 2 bedrooms that were connected. I took out the wall between the 2 bedrooms, so the room is like 35 feet by 14 feet. And I have 4 large file cabinets, 4 foot by 4 foot, full of photos, advertising pieces out of the newspaper, memorabilia, ephemera, anything that has to do with Rapid City. And so that's 16 drawers, 4 foot wide, full of stuff. Then I have bookcases that are full of books, 3-ring binders. I live by 3-ring binders, photographs, postcards, anything that has to do with. I got 2-ring binders on Coolidge when he was in town, and of anything that happened in Rapid City, the hills, during 20s and 30s or so, I collected, and so it's just a collection of stuff that I think is important to Rapid City and the hills, hopefully.
Well, you know, it's that stuff that makes us what we are.
Right.
And, you know, regardless of what you call it, artifacts, stuff, you know, collection, it's important that that gets saved so we know what happened in Rapid City.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of information written about the history of Rapid City.
Not really.
Kind of dropped the ball there. Ancestors.
There you go, yeah.
But, so, now, are you a native Rapid Cityan?
No, I was born East River.
Okay.
And
We'll let you stay.
yeah, thank you. The folks kind of moved down 212.
Okay.
They got to Sturgis, and I finished the last 2 years of high school in Sturgis. Then went to the service, and then the folks moved to Rapid City during that time, so I came back to Rapid. I worked there for 10 years. I went to college, Minnesota, and Yankton, the nursing school. Then went on to moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, where I did nurse anesthesia
Oh,
worked 7 years there at a trauma center, and then came back here in '93 and worked 24 years here in Rapid City Regional Hospital as a nurse anesthetist.
so your background is in science and medicine,
Yes.
but obviously you have an affinity for history.
Yes.
And lucky for us, that centers on Rapid City. We're here and at the Wilson Park Festival, and Pat has 2 full booths that are chock full of pictures and, like I said earlier, artifacts. We've got books on Rapid City. We have all kinds of things here at the Wilson Park Festival. Now, Pat, what do you hope to do with this collection?
That is a good question.
I know it's a good question.
Yeah, I've been last 4 years we've been involved. I've been involved with a group called Soapbox, basically. Shoebox, excuse me.
Shoebox, yeah.
And because everybody has something in their house in the shoebox somewhere, so it's called Shoebox. And I need a place to put all my art. I have over 500 pieces of local art.
That's so important.
And,
Thank you for saying that.
From the 1800s with great French all the way up to today. My oldest painting is 1877, and it shows the history of Rapid City and the hills through artist eyes, rather than a camera, through artist eyes. And that, to me, is fantastic and a new way of looking at things.
That must be very valuable. I just can't imagine. Did you say 500 pieces?
500 pieces.
Okay. Because that's got to take up quite a bit of room as well.
Yeah, what I can't hang in my walls, I got all wrapped up and stacked in my basement in storage.
I can't thank you enough for saving our city history like this. I know I've heard about you a lot and the collections that you have, but I just think it's fantastic. And it takes a lot of love to collect these things. What would you just go to different flea markets, or how did you find this stuff?
Flea markets, antique stores, and a few years ago I was on eBay a lot, which could be kind of a bad thing because you spend a whole lot of time on eBay. If something comes up at 2 in the morning and that's when it closes, you're going to be up at 2 in the morning. Make sure you got that. I can't do that anymore. So every now and then, I bet you once or twice a month I get on eBay. It's the same thing to do with Rapid City.
Okay.
And then,
I think you have it all already.
I got a lot of it, yeah.
So, and you're also with the West Boulevard Association that puts on this fine festival every summer. How long have you been with them?
Probably 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, I moved to West Boulevard in '94.
And West Boulevard is our historic district, for those of you who might not know. And so, okay, I don't know, when did the West Boulevard Association start? Do you happen to know?
Yeah, the West Boulevard Historic District was in 1974. That's when it became a historic district. 2 years later, the Rapid City, or the West Boulevard Historic Neighborhood Association became and started.
Okay, I'm thinking of a timeline here. 1972, the flood, Rapid City flood. 1974, we get the
Historic Preservation Commission.
Okay.
In Rapid City.
And then we get the West Boulevard Association, which has been so helpful to keeping this a historic district in our city.
Right.
So, and that designation it's hard won. You just don't get that. Do you know how long that took to get that designation?
I don't know. I think it took a couple years. I wasn't around at the time, but I know they met in the front porch of one of the houses here in town. And basically they met because there's a dentist office wanting to take one of the houses of West Boulevard and make a dentist office out of it. And that's what got the people up in the air wanting to prevent that from happening. And they got that stopped, and ever since we've been on the front page of everything. If there's something going to happen at West Boulevard that we feel is an encroachment, that we will prevent that from happening.
You know, if someone doesn't do that prevention, it doesn't get done, and you know, you can lose your historic designation.
Right.
And so that's an important thing. There's not that many historic districts in our country. I had at one time read there is 208 of them, so that makes us very special. And that's why there are so many rules when you buy a house in this area, that you have to stay within certain guidelines
Right.
for your home, correct?
Right, correct.
Whether it's windows, siding, whatever those things
Yeah, there's
are.
only 2 historic districts in Rapid City. One's West Boulevard Historic District, the other's Downtown Historic District. And we lost a lot of buildings downtown
Yes.
over the years prior to being historic district, which we can't replace them ever again. And so we've been on our toes. Downtown has been really good. The Preservation Commission and helping that out. We keep what we have, because when we lose it, it's gone. And we don't want to see that happen.
That's right. That's right. Well, you lose your uniqueness.
Identity and
Yes.
everything. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to go now. It looks like you've got people at your booth that might want to talk to you. So we've been talking with Pat Roseland, and also just in passing, he's also on the city council. So he walks the walk and talks the talk and gives his time to the politics here of Rapid City. So I thank you very much. I've been in those shoes, and I know it takes a lot of time and effort and reading, and also interacting with the public.
Right.
So thank you so much for all you do, Pat. And I'm going to take a few pictures around your booth here.
Thank you, Darla. I appreciate it.
Thank you.